This was the first time I surfed in a proper wind, and it changed everything.
Hi everyone, welcome to day 14 of my windsurf learning journey. Today was special. I finally got to surf in a proper spot with steady and regular winds. Comparing to gusty conditions I usually get, this felt much more easier and much more enjoyable. Honestly, if I had the access to such proper winds in my own city, I think I would be in a way better spot in my surfing experience. So people who are living with a regular wind locations, I think you will advance much more faster than me and have much more fun comparing to what I do. Even though I'm surfing in a worse wind conditions, what I noticed is that I didn't had any problems going forward or back or even coming back to the shore. Even though the rental people told me that coming back to shore is harder with the equipment they provided, but I can say it with like open heart that most of the time when I'm surfing back in Istanbul with that equipment, I can't come back to the shore, and it was easy compared to Istanbul because the wind was consistent. You just have to figure out what you're doing right and wrong by just trying out. That being said, I understood the necessity of travel for this sport. If you want to improve yourself, you need to travel to good wind locations. Like you travel for ski, boarding, diving, etc. This is also a necessity for the sport. To sum up the day 14, it was a really nice wind, 18 knots. They gave me 3.5 meter sail, a medium board 170 liters, and this day took around like 3 hours with starts and stops, and because my battery doesn't record for 3 to 4 hours, it just records for 2 hours. I don't have the full clip, but I can honestly say that it was great. I will just put all of the clips I have from this day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions on improving the series, I'll be really happy to hear, because I don't feel like I'm posting really good content on windsurfing. Thank you.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it rain. Tonight we're gonna let it rain. Tonight we're gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we're gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it rain. Tonight we're gonna let it rain. Tonight we're gonna let it rain. Just thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town,